All right, let's get into it with Victor Seanie. He is the head of research at Benguela Global Fund Managers. Thanks very much, Victor, for joining us. So what's your understanding around what's been agreed in the US-China discussions so far? And are you quite optimistic that this is going to be positive for global markets and, most importantly, economies?
Hi, Nompu. Thank you very much for having me. Yes, so what happened over the past 2 days, the US and China have had talks to reinforce essentially their trade truce, which they agreed to back in May, the middle of May. What happened, the US felt that China was not complying with the trade truce that they agreed to last month. And at the same time, China also felt that the US wasn't complying in terms of sending them semiconductor parts as well as semiconductor design software. And the US was arguing that China was restricting its export of rare earth minerals. So these talks were essentially just reminding each other that they have to abide by the agreement that they reached last month. So that's positive, especially for the automotive industry, because the industry has reported shortages of rare earth metals and rare earth magnets. It harkens back to the semiconductor shortage that we had in the wake of COVID. Some automakers say that their plants may come to a complete standstill sometime in July. So it's very important that China loosens up its restrictions of these rare earth minerals. Yeah. So that'll be positive for global production and manufacturing. And that's why we also see the positivity come through in the oil price. The oil price has ticked up over the past couple of days.
Awesome. So we got the SABC Business Confidence Index out today, which showed a 0.9-point increase in the index in May relative to April. What's your general feeling around sentiment in terms of the local economy? And of course, the local market has been on quite a tear lately, although today it's on a downer.
Yes, very positive. So in the month of February, we had the highest reading in that business confidence index for South Africa since 2015. That's in the wake of both the GNU over the past 10 months or so, 11 months, as well as the post-Trump euphoria. However, that confidence took a severe knock in the month of April when Trump's tariffs came in. And so this tick up is a recovery from that level. So it bodes well for manufacturing, and the underlying drivers such as higher commodity prices, especially precious metals, Zuma having that meeting with Trump to reinstill confidence. So I think it's a positive reading. So the hope is that it continues to tick up.
So Pan-African Resources, they released an operational update on their gold production showing a positive increase, particularly in the second half of their year, which is timely because, of course, the gold price has been quite strong. Your comment on that stock and how they've been faring?
Yes, a very positive update in terms of production. So they expect their production for this year to be 6% higher than last year, and their production in their next financial year to be up a further 43% from this year. So excellent performance in terms of production. On the cost side, slightly disappointing. They missed their guidance by about 6%. However, for the next financial year, they've said that their per unit gold costs will be down by about 4%. So bringing them back far closer to their guidance for this year. The next point is a positive point. They say that they expect their balance sheet to be net debt free in the next 12 months at the prevailing gold prices. And then lastly, they mentioned that they've launched a share buyback program of about $11 million. I think the timing of that share buyback program is perhaps not opportune. At this stage, gold prices are very high, gold miners' earnings are high, and therefore their share prices are trading at very high levels. It's not the ideal time to buy back your shares. As an investor, I would probably prefer them, if they wanted to distribute excess cash capital, as perhaps to do that in the form of a special dividend.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Thank you so much, Victor, for your time and insights. That was Victor Seanie. He's the head of research at Benguela Global Fund.